We're chatting to Fiji coach Rob Sherman, 7 weeks out from the start of the FIFA World Cup Oceania Qualifiers semi-final, the match against New Zealand, the All Whites in Wellington. Are you salivating yet, Rob? You've got a massive task to prepare your side over the next 7 weeks.
Oh, it's very exciting. To be honest, we know, and I know that the challenge that we face, but ultimately that's the game. The opportunity to play top opponent and try and put on a decent display.
I know, less than a couple of years ago, you had the Olympic qualifiers, and it was different because you had 2 matches against New Zealand, and I know in those matches, the first one you had some hope because I think you lost 3-0, but then the boys in the second game couldn't really front. Do you think it's almost an advantage to just be a one-off match, effectively 90 minutes, a chance to go to the final, as opposed to playing them, say, twice?
I think so. But going back to the under 23 or whatever, the Olympics. We had a fade out, if you like, in terms of fitness. So by the time we got to the second game, the boys were fatigued, and obviously we had a giveaway penalty in the first minute and a half, which doesn't help, and so that was a major blow. In terms of the one-off game, ultimately, it's a case of can we perform for 90 minutes and at least challenge New Zealand.
You've got a really good build-up in the sense that you have the team for 5 weeks over 2 or 3 camps, including here in New Zealand, pretty much for 2 to 3 weeks before that match, and that's an advantage in the sense that the All Whites coach Darren Basley has his side for a few days, bringing them in from all over the world. What are you going to look to do in that camp? Is it about fitness? Is it about tactics? How do you sort of break it down?
It'll be both of those very much. So it'll be a case of making sure the boys, we increase their fitness levels. Very difficult to do in such a condensed period, but nevertheless it's proven to be successful up to date in the methodology we use. And it'll be tactical. So we'll be working through a game plan so the players becomes innate. So they don't actually have to think about it during the game, they just execute it.
In terms of your opposition, you've obviously already done a lot of homework and a lot more to come. But what is the key to causing what would be a massive upset in an Oceania context?
Well, I don't really want to divulge too much. I don't want to give the game away to Darren. But ultimately, we've a plan. In terms of our approach to the game. And ultimately, we appreciate New Zealand is the superior team. So it's mostly about mitigating their strengths.
Are there going to be changes in terms of personnel from the side that went to Papua New Guinea? Are you bringing in additional players, some different players who maybe weren't available, or even some that you've noticed who have put their hand up in the time since? Yeah,
we're still waiting on confirmation of fitness on 1 or 2, but should they be fit, then we'll probably include them in the squad, and that might make an improvement.
What about the call out to the fans? Because there's a Fijian football community here in New Zealand, and I'd imagine you'd want a lot of them, whether they're based in Auckland or other parts of the country, to get in their cars and drive down to Sky Stadium, because fans help any player to see that Fijian flag flying, the singing of the anthem before the game, that can only lift players.
Yeah, absolutely. We hope that the community get right behind the team. It'll make a big difference for the lads to see that, especially at an away venue. And ultimately, hopefully we can put on a performance that at least makes them proud regardless of the result.
Well, all the best over the next 7 weeks as you head to Suva and begin that qualifying campaign again, the last stage of it. All the best for that.
Thank you very much.